Hi, and welcome to this brief video about future data transactions. One of the most frustrating things about using Xero or any accounting software for that matter is the ability to post stuff into the future. What might seem like a relatively simple and straightforward thing can cause multiple issues, such as VAT controlled accounts not reconciling, supplier bills being missed from payment runs, sales invoices not being chased because they've got the wrong date on them. So a pretty small and innocuous issue could end up being quite a big issue. So you can see from my screen here that we connected with Xero yesterday, collected the data, we've run through, and we've managed to find one future data transaction for this client. Now, we are responsible for the bookkeeping for this client as we've got a star after their name. If I look at the variables for future data transactions, we can see there aren't any. It's a simple yes or no type scenario with the future data transactions. If an item is dated after today's date, then it will be a future data transaction. There is a caveat to this in that if the transaction is dated in the current month, so i.e. if today is the 17th of February and we've posted a transaction dated the 28th of February, we won't flag it up because it still sits in the same reporting period. The reason we've done this is to avoid flagging up things like wage journals being posted into the ledgers prior to the date that it relates to. We don't want to flag things up for you to check that are not required. So what we can do with these is we've got an example here. We've got one invoice. It's dated the 5th of June 2022. What I would do is simply click on the Xero hotlink here to go across to that invoice and take a look at the transaction. From that transaction, I'll be able to identify, what the error was and what corrective action I need to take. If the client's responsible for doing their own bookkeeping, I can copy this data, I can download it into an Excel file, or I can save it as a PDF document and email that data across to the client and allow them to take their own corrective action. Once that's been carried out and we've corrected this transaction, we can simply hit complete to tell Hindsight the alert's been dealt with. The other option we've got is to dismiss it. Now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend dismissing future data transactions unless you're pretty confident that you're happy for it to appear in the future, but I think this should be used in very few circumstances. Once you've hit complete, if it's the last transaction on here, then the alert will disappear. And it's as simple as that.